it has a really great social message in a way. I mean, for me, it's like middle America is looking for happiness for the wrong reasons, and they end up in a quasi Disneyland world it has the same problems.
Yes. It's kind of the ultimate get rich quick scheme, downsizing, because you can take a very small amount of money and then afford to live in this big, beautiful mansion. But the question is, does luxury ultimately buy you happiness? And maybe some people, they're okay with it, and for Matt's character, he's not. And I think it's also nice for people to see his journey in the first half of having to leave everything that he knows behind and go into sort of like a foreign land. So in a way, he's sort of like an immigrant, which is where my character comes in.
I love your character. It's very giving, very there. It's almost selfless, would you say?
She is. She's a rare commodity these days. Because she's had such a tumultuous life experience. She was an environmental activist. She was imprisoned and was downsized involuntarily against her will, and then was sent to Leisureland. When you have a tumultuous life experience like that, you sort of cut out all of the nonsense. You're a very direct person. You don't have any time to waste. You know what's important in your life, and it was a joy to get to play a character like this.
That's what I loved about her. She was straightforward,
yes.
No BS.
Yes, no BS.
So are you a little like that?
I'm the opposite of that. I walk around on eggshells. I always care too much about what people think, and I need to learn a little bit more from Naklan.
Alexander Payne has an incredible resume, if you want, a great director.
Right.
How was your experience with him?
Oh, it was a dream. It's such a privilege to be able to be a part of Alexander Payne's canon, because I know that people are going to be studying his films for years to come. He's one of the great American film directors. And it's shocking how humble and down to earth and gracious he is, even though he's a man who's been nominated and won all of these awards, and he's so well respected and revered in the film community. He's a lover of film, and that's really the most important thing to him. So when you enter his set, it's like entering a house of love. It was a joy to come into work every morning. He loves actors, and his writing with his partner Jim Taylor, the writing is so delicious and so rich that you want to say those words. For me, it's not a struggle. It was such a joy. The character's complicated and the story is complicated, but it was such a joy.
I think that nowadays we live in a very dangerous America, racist, and all those horrible things that Donald Trump have created. I think that this film helps to bring those things out.
Yeah.
And to embrace diversity and to tolerance and respect.
Yeah.
Do you think is important?
It is. It's definitely important. We see that through Matt's character because, and the other people who downsize, because you see how quickly the culture others these people who are small. They're like, ugh. Look at those people. And I don't, it's such a fresh way to tell that story, because if you preach to people too much and you say like, you have to care about these people, you can't do that, that's selfish, they don't listen, they get defensive. But if you tell them a story in a humorous way, then they're more likely to pay attention and to empathize with immigrants or refugees or people who are poor. There is a inequality that is shown, and then you see why it happens.